Hey, I'm Carolyn Page, and Gary and I are SuperStar directors, and we joined in October of 2007, and Michelle was our sponsor. And she actually came to Murray. She flew to Nashville with 6 warmers and one of her suitcases, and we went down. Nashville's about 2 hours south of us, and we went and picked her up, and she came and did our launch party in November, and we had cherry clove chutney. She brought that. That is my favorite all-time scent. You could smell it out to the street. We had such a good time with her. She and her mom was married to Gary's uncle, Uncle Dale, and Uncle Dale passed away. And but she still ain't Sharon. Okay. So Ashley's kind of kin, but we say we are. Okay. So we're going to talk about income producing activities for your Scentsy business and what we do every day that helps us to earn our trips. We have been to Alaska on a trip. I want to say it was 2009, and there's pictures of Michelle with us and Sherry and everybody that was on the trip. We had a big time. It was in September, and so we had really rough waters, and there was a lot of throwing up involved. But Gary and I didn't get seasick, but some people did. But anyway. Wanted to talk to you about how we do our business, what we do each day, and trying to work smarter, not harder. And I won't say that everything we do is smart, but it has worked for this 14 years for us so far. There's been times we've had to reinvent, like last year, and but we'll talk about that. But I printed off this tracker from the workstation, and you can see we're almost to level 1, and this is strictly on sales. Okay. Knock on wood, I'll say this and then it'll go kaput, but our sales, we usually rock our sales. Okay. It's just the way it is. Even last year during COVID, we never sold below 2,000 in any month. And actually in April of 2020, when I was really concerned, what are we going to do? We're not going to have our events and that kind of thing. And we sold 4,000 and we never left the house. But that's going to be because of how we've worked our business and worked it consistently over the years. And I'll go over some of the things that we've done with that. But anyway, there's our tracker. Okay. And hopefully we'll get some sponsoring points on there and we'll be ready to go. So I've got a stack over here. If I keep looking like I'm over at something, there's a stack there. But some of the things that we do, we have a very diverse Scentsy business. We do events. We have it down to about 7 a year now that we do. 1 or 2 years, we did 22, 23. We did a lot of little teacher shows and stuff like that, like teacher meetings in Louisville. And it just didn't pay off for what we were having to invest. But we checked it out. We did it. And there's still we made some really good friends doing that. Picked up some customers that we've kept, and we still get invited back to come, but I'm like, if it costs $300 something to be there, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but then you've got hotel and blah blah because it's not local to us, so then it just doesn't pan out. But we've got those that do work well for us. So, and at those events, we have taken really good care of our customers. And by doing that, we and being consistent, and they know that we do this as a business, it's not a hobby, they reach out to us, because one of the things that we do offer to our customers, and I know not everybody can do it, and I'm not saying for everybody to do it, but and we've had to adjust these numbers, but anyone that orders $50 or more from us directly, if they call me, email, text, or whatever, me or Gary, we'll place the order for them, and we pay the shipping to one address. That gets them back, okay? They'll order more. They'll order $150. They'll get orders with their family and that kind of thing. We've got customers that were former consultants actually in our downline, that they'll do 2 or 3 tote parties a year out of town. So we'll send them a tote, with the testers. I'll mail it to them, and I use a regional A or B box. Or if it's cheaper for me to do it through, we use stamps.com. I know a lot of people use Pirate Ship. Either way, we've got a lot of information in our stamps.com, and the $18 is a monthly fee that we pay, but it's a business expense. So I'm real comfortable with that, but we'll send out those totes to those customers. They get their orders up. They take pictures of them, text them to me. I place the orders come here. We label everything. I package it up individually, stick it in boxes for them, ship it back to them. All they have to do is deliver to their guests that came. And in that, I'll put the label for them to send me back my tote. And if you're interested in that, I have a video that you can watch on how we do what we put in our totes and our inventory list. And on that inventory list, there is an agreement where I can get their credit card information if they don't give me my tote back. It's $100. I thought I was going to have to reinforce that last week to a local girl, actually local in the next town where I grew up. But when I sent her a message and told her it was going to cost me about $60 to replace what she had, I got a text back that it was on her front porch in the chair. Goodbye. And exactly, goodbye, because I need my tote so I can get it out there, because those totes are our employees. So I'm rattling on, but maybe you'll get something out of this, okay? So daily, I check the emails, our text messages, our messengers, Facebook Messenger, Facebook post notifications, or any other way that somebody might have communicated with me, our business page, and see if there's any orders that's coming in, or if anybody's got any questions, or they need something, or they want to book something. We get a lot of information that way. So I check that daily. I also check our personal, team, and group numbers, and I check for new recruits and the shooting star and sensational starts for our team members. And I do all this on our performance tab in the workstation. And on the numbers, as far as new recruits, I go over and click on join date, and it'll revert back to the most recent, and I can see who all's come in. And if Scentsy sends emails on new recruits, but sometimes those don't go through. So that's a good way that I double check behind them. And then I'm always checking our numbers to make sure everything's all good on that. And also daily, I do any team recognitions post on our team page. Like today we had a new recruit that she hit her shooting star last night. So she got the free kit that was offered in August, because she joined toward the end of August. So she got that. I think she joined the last day. So anyway, yeah, that would make sense. Today's the day. So she got that. And so I gave her a shout out. And daily, I email or text our customers with thank yous for their online orders. When I have time, and I need to make more time, I know, but when I have better time, I try to send out a written thank you note with a scent circle or something like that, showing appreciation. But we also do a little thank you for doing business with us with our frequent buyer cards. I forget what Scentsy calls them, but anyway, you know, the little cards, you got 12 marks you can put on it or punch 12 holes and you get a free bar. We use those, and I do remind some people about it, but it's not like JCPenney reminds me or whatever, right? So, but we have them come to our events and they'll pull out their cards, you know, and they're ready. But our people that place orders with us, they for sure get those. And then I try to get things like that to people that just order strictly online and don't interact with me personally. Daily, we do follow-ups on online orders and orders that we've shipped out to make sure that they got everything okay. I'll text them or email them and double check, make sure they don't have any questions, or did I forget something, or inevitably I did, but anyway, you know, something along that line. And also every day, this is the planner that I got this year, but every day, and I love it because it's hard, but every day I use our planner, and as orders, people call with orders and things, I write it down on the day that it happened. And apparently that's the 1st of November. Those are going to be people that want Oogie Boogie, okay, the buddies. So, but for instance, this was a cray week, okay? And then I sit down when I get home and I mark out what I've got done. And then I can go back and look. And also, I save these so I can use them for follow-ups for, you know, I can look back last week or last month or years. I can go back and find stuff that I needed. Also, I use in the workstation under contacts, there's comments or something down at the bottom on your contacts. And I go in and I'll put the date, and I mailed them a receipt with a scent and warmer of the month flyer for September, and you know, or whatever I've sent to them. Then I can go back and look at that and I can see what I've done. I can keep up with what I've done. Does that make sense? So, okay, love my planner. That's my brain. Okay, on monthly, we do woohoo cards, and we've got woohoo cards for our team and our group. And I mail these out. I think I'm a month behind. Imagine that. We had an 11-day event in August and then turned around home a week, and we had a weekend show this past weekend. So I'm doing this in our dining room living room rather than out in the den/office, because it looks like Scentsy threw up out there. So, and I ain't having where to set my computer. So anyway, woohoo cards, we do those. Send those to the top 20, 25. And I tried doing it with the confetti glitter, and our people don't like that. So if anybody needs any confetti or glitter, I got plenty. I bought it on sale, so let me know. I'll mail it to you if you want it, okay? Because it's just going to sit out there. Monthly, we do team birthday shout outs and also team gifts. And those gifts last year were Cheryl's cookies. Okay, so Cheryl's cookies went from $5 with no shipping to $6 with no shipping with COVID. apparently, with something. Anyway, they went up. So Becky Sattler had posted, she's an SSD from Idaho. I think she lives in Meridian. She had posted that she gets these cake in a cup from Amazon. And if you do Amazon Prime, you can do it for like $2.50 each. Okay. So those are great ideas for team. Okay. And so that's what we've been doing this year. And that's, if you're having to do 20, that saves money. But just because we do it, and this is an idea of what we do, you don't have to do that. However you want to do a birthday shout out, you can do that. Team anniversary shout outs, we do those monthly. We do that on our team page. And then monthly, we make samples with the scent of the month. And Gary Page is the master of sample making at our house. So here's some Scary Good. And we use these little jewelry baggies that are 2 by 3 inch. I just got a buttload of these the other day at Hobby Lobby. And we use these, and then Gary will go in, and these are the labels, 3 across, 10 down. And he'll put 3 on one label, and then he cuts them so that we have it like this. Okay. And then we put our name on the back. Used to, when we started out doing labels, we did what Michelle told us to do. We would put them, staple these to our business card. And then Gary would take them into work at the plant, and he noticed that they would walk off, pull that business card off and throw it in the trash, and they had their sample. Well, that didn't last long. So we quit doing that, and we do this instead, and it works great. Okay. Business cards cost money. So they've got all of our information on these little print your own labels that we get through the Scentsy store. Okay. Love, love, love them. So that is the scent of the month that we do. And then we do washer whiffs. I do these for events mostly. And then if I have, I'll do them every whip stitch for our customers here. But I did print it off on a 2 by 4 label. This was what I was printing off before on cardstock, but I do it and stick it on here, put that on the back, put a scoop of washer whiffs in this baggie, and hand them out to our customers. Okay. And not all customers, not everybody gets a sample at our events. If they buy something, they get a sample. Okay. And yeah, we use these every month. I kind of skipped over something. We use these every month on our monthly route. Okay. And I'll get to that in just a minute, because it's down just a little bit further on my list. But here are those labels I was talking about for the washer whiffs. Okay. I got distracted by what sounded like an explosion out on the street. I don't know what that was. But anyway, so, and we've made our wax samples and our washer whiff samples. And then I bought these little 5 ml bottles on Amazon for counter clean. My favorite besides wax is counter clean. I love counter clean. And so I did the Johnny Appleseed back in the spring, and I passed these out at our first event that we had this year. We had one in April. Yeah, in April in Lexington, and I made them. And what I actually did was I took cardstock, I printed off something somewhat like this on cardstock, cut it out and punched holes in it, and then took raffia and tied it around here. Real cute. I used them all, so I didn't have any to show you guys. And anyway, that's how we do. And you could do bathroom cleaner, whatever in this. Okay, Scentsy Fresh. I love the counter clean. I think it works better than the bathroom cleaner. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so we've talked about these samples and stuff, but wanted to let you know what we do with them during the rest of the year besides at our events. And this is basically our list of 100. This is our local list of people we call on every month. We've got 2 routes locally that Gary prints off Gary makes the samples, and then he'll help me deliver them if we need to. But I will take to each of these persons here or businesses, I will take a scent of the month sample and the flyer. And if it's time for a new catalog, I take that, or harvest brochure, we take that. And I got to get that done this week. That's on my list to do this week. During COVID, when I couldn't do that so much, I was mailing stuff, and I came up with my catalog list that who I had sent whatever a catalog. I think it was thundering a while ago, because now we're having a torrential downpour. But this is my catalog list, and I've marked over here on the side what I've sent them. If it's spring, summer, fall, winter, I update it as I go. And this is our list of 100. And from these are people that buy from us regularly, have club orders, book tote parties, book home parties. So these are people that we keep in touch with. Okay, does it make sense? At random times during the month, I'll do things like print off the new release sticker sheet that's on our workstation. I did this for spring, did it for fall. We got carried away, so I had to share half of that on another sheet. But anyway, so with this, on the original, I put one of our labels, and then I make copies of it. And then we put the scratch and sniff stickers on it that we ordered from the Scentsy store. Okay. And each one of these is going inside a new catalog. And so all of our buying customers at events got one of these with the scratch and sniff. All the people on our 2 lists, our local routes and our catalog mailers, they all got one of these as well. And the other thing that I will do is that little sample here, that's not very thick. I meant to bring in here what I use. We use a candy mold from Hobby Lobby that's got 64 pieces when you break it up like a Hershey's candy bar. And if I'm mailing something out and I don't want this thickness to count against us, I pop it in the microwave for 15-20 seconds. Then I lay it flat, and I take my Pyrex dish and I mash it just as flat as I can get it. And then I put it in the envelope, because we just want them to smell it, right? So they get their sample that way, and it helps us on postage. Okay. Also, if you don't want to invest in a lot of catalogs, invest in the showcase brochures. You know, those 8.5 by 11, those are flat, easy to mail, and you can just pop one of these sheets in there with it and mail it out to your customers. or handed out, whichever one's better for you. And at events, if you don't have a lot of money to invest in it, use the product list, those oblong list, use those, and that will help save, because a lot of people just walk by and pick up something. They're inevitably walk by and pick up a party brochure. And I'm like, do you want to book a party? And they throw that back down real quick, or they'll talk about it, But yeah, anyway, I'll keep wanting to call it performance tab, but the product list, that's got 50 sheets on a pad. And I think you get 3 pads within a package from Scentsy store for $9. So that's a real good buy. And you can use that, fold those up and put them in an envelope. They're not going to cost you extra either to mail. All of the product that comes to us, which the UPS guy came right before I sat down here, all of it that comes to us, we label it, okay? Every warmer gets taken out of the box unless it's that dang enchanted pumpkin. You can't get that thing open, and I'm not going into that to open it. So I slapped a label on the box on that one, and we'll pray over it that nothing's broken. It didn't sound broken. But and the metal ones, like the barns and stuff, I open the bottom of those boxes, and then I'll cut the plastic and slap one of these on the bottom. But all the rest of them, I open up a regular way, and we put our label on the bottom of all the warmers. The night lights, we put a label on the box. I don't personally label light bulbs. I know our downline does, because I've told them to label everything. And I did start labeling the light bulbs of color because they're $2. So, well, the other ones are $2 if you buy them. If you buy them individually, but people don't do that. But anyway, everything gets labeled. The bars get opened up on the inside of the clamshell is where we put our information, and then people have it. They have more than they want to know about Carolyn and Gary Page. But, and these, like I said, these print your own labels, you can get those on from the Scentsy store, and on our team page we have the template that works, okay, that it's all lined up. And with our new people, I try to do that for them anyway. But one of the other things I do at random times during the month is set up party links, of course, for our tote parties, Facebook parties, home parties. And it just recently hit me because we have some customers that they'll order everybody that comes out from Disney and whatever. And if, like I said, free shipping we offer on $50 or more. So with the individual orders that we can now place on our workstation, I'll place that individual order there and attach it to a party for them. And one girl in particular, I'm just going to leave her a party link open, and she can share that party link with her family and friends if she wants to, but we definitely will wait and close hers out when she has a $500 order, and then she can get her free and half price stuff, and it's not going to cost me any extra for that to get shipped to her because it's at $500. Okay, so this is what we do every day. Like I said, I'm not saying that what we do means that that's what everybody needs to do. It doesn't mean that we're the smartest out there, but it's worked for us. And that's what I urge you to do, is do what works for you. If it's face-to-face, which tends to, with me and Gary, with our local people and with our people that we've met at our events, that seems to work really, really well. We've made a connection with them. Facebook works really well for us. My VIP page, it was late to the game. I really didn't see any reason for doing it because we already had success with what we were doing. But we have downline that use the Facebook VIP pages, and it's great. It works great for them. They sell all kinds of stuff through that way and all that. Our business page has been successful for us on Facebook. Another thing that's been successful for us is Google Maps. And so if you're not on that, you might want to Google how to do that. And we get referrals that way because somebody will look for Scentsy and will pop up. Okay. If you're good with Instagram, I'm not, but if that's working for you, knock yourself out. Whatever you're good at, go for it. Okay. And we hope that we get to see everyone on the boat. Okay. That's our goal. We're working toward that. And we hope you are too. Thanks so much for your time.